You've seen it, you've read about it. Now it's time to find out how it drives. Yep, we're at the super secret Ford Proving Ground at the Yuyangs to see how the 2022 Ford Ranger drives.
Even as it ends production, the old Ranger is a standard-setting ute and global success story designed and developed right here in Australia for 180 markets. There's no doubt this new generation, also designed and engineered in Australia, is the biggest car launch of the year. Over a period of months, Ford has stripped away the camo, revealed the range lineup and even announced the pricing. But no one has jumped behind the wheel until now.
What we're driving is a production prototype version of the Ranger Wildtrak 4x4 dual cab, one of the most popular cars in the lineup. And why is it in disguise? Well, we've popped in the time machine back to November 2021 for this drive.
Before we jump in and get going, let's reprise a couple of the basic engineering facts about the new Ranger. The ladder frame chassis is a development of the current ute. Ford describes it as a third generation version. The wheelbase has been stretched by 50mm and the track widened by 50mm. Ford says this delivers better ride and handling as well as aiding the aggressive exterior styling stance. The suspension system retains the same double wishbone and leaf spring layout with the rear shocks now moved outboard. The steering remains electric assist. The wheel choice is now as big as 20 inches, up from 18s previously. Inside there's a whole new digitally driven look to the dashboard and instrument panel.
And here's one of the biggest stories when it comes to the new Ranger, this 3-litre turbo diesel V6.
It's an engine that's been around for yonks in one form or another. A 2.7-litre version was employed by the Aussie designed and built Ford Territory SUV. More recently it's been seen in the full-size US F-150 ute. To be clear, our first drive experience was pretty brief. A couple of laps of Ford's challenging tarmac ride and handling course, and then a single lap of a short but techie off-road course.
So jump in the new Ranger and what's the first impression? Well, it's definitely stepped right into the 21st century. The dash is a revelation compared to the old car. Thank God all that stuff on the right-hand corner, all scrunched in there, is gone. Now it all makes much more sense. The big touchscreen in the centre, totally different to what we've had before. And I won't demonstrate it while we're driving, but we've got reach adjust on the steering as well. Go forward. So initial impressions, a couple of laps of the really quite famous and quite challenging Ford ride and handling circuit, and the car does feel more stable than its predecessor. It sits better over the bumps, and it also noticeably steers better. It's more accurate, better connection to the road, and this is on AT rubber, so it's going to be really interesting to see what it's like when the car gets some road rubber on it. Well, if you've heard the news that the new Ranger's getting a 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine, and that's piqued your interest, well, let me tell you, it should. It's a stronger, smoother, quieter engine than any Ranger's had in it before. If you're into your towing, if you're into your performance, you're really going to be interested in this engine.
Driving the new Ranger Wildtrak on Ford's off-road loop reinforces what happened on tarmac. Now armed with a permanent 4x4 system and the ability to select different off-road drive modes, it feels stronger and more stable over the obstacles than the older model. It also has better ground clearance to stop you from pancaking on the car's belly, more axle articulation to keep the rubber in touch with the ground more often, and this will please current Ranger owners. The tow bar has been tucked away better to avoid grounding. So there are detail as well as big picture improvements when it comes to Ranger's off-road performance.
There's no doubt Ford's given itself the biggest home ground advantage by giving us our first drive opportunity at the Yuyangs on home ground. But even taking that into account, it's clear Ford has taken the Ranger to a new level.
Which means we're now chomping at the bit to get our hands on the new Ranger for an extended period and head out on and off-road, chuck a load in it, hitch up a caravan and see how it stacks up.
And we're also keen to line it up against much improved utes like the Toyota Hilux and Isuzu D-Max, and we'll be comparing them real soon. Hope you join us. It's gonna be a fascinating ride.